Hey guys, I thought I would just do like a little late night stream.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Can you guys can all hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Anyway, so I wanted to talk about my experience with the supernatural. It's from a time when I was way younger, maybe 7 or 8 years old. A little bit of backstory. So the house that I lived in when I was that age, it was actually my grandparents' house, and my grandmother inherited the house from um, my great grandpa and my great grandma. Um, and they acquired the house in 1930, but it used to be a winery. So it was a 3-story house. You know, it was a ground floor and upstairs, and then there was a basement. And it was on a big plot of land because it was a winery, so they had a vineyard right there connected to it. Well, anyways, my great grandma Betty bought the house in the 30s from what I understand was a 7-foot tall man named Richard Relt, and he had one of his employees there was a dwarf, and one of picking grapes and making wine, all that stuff. He was a dwarf. He wasn't quite a midget, but he was considered a dwarf. So, anyways, as time went on, my great grandparents, they bought the house. All the employees were fired, laid off, whatever happens, and they tore out all the grape trees and everything, and then they just converted it to a regular house. Well, my grandparents inherited the house, and we all lived there. And a lot of times, at the time we lived in the basement, there was a bedroom in the basement, and so I stayed downstairs when I was younger. And a lot of times you could hear like banging and tapping outside the room, and you'd go out there, and it was kind of like a little workshop area, a workbench and everything. This is giving me chills when I tell it because it's so scary. It's creeping me out. Anyways, so we ask Grandma what's going on, and she tells us the story that how the house was acquired, and about this 7-foot tall man, and they tell us about the dwarf, and he was really upset when my grandparents got the house, when my great grandparents got the house, and then my grandma said that they've had troubles with the spirit roaming around the premises and making noise and this and that. And I never believed it. So fast forward to when I'm a kid, and one day I'm upstairs in my sister's room, and she always said, "You're not allowed to be in my room," whatever. And I was in there, and I was jumping on the bed, and I was doing flips, and I was, trashing all her makeup and stuff. Well, anyways, so there's a very distinct sound you can hear when someone's running up the stairs of the house. It's the stairs sound kind of hollow. And I was in there, and I could hear feet prints running up the stairs really fast. And I was like, "Oh shit, that's my sister. She's gonna be pissed." So I jump on the ground, and I grab a blanket. I throw a blanket over me, and I'm like, "I'm gonna fucking scare her." So I turn the light off, and I throw the blanket over me, and then I listen. I hear the footprints, and they're just like scurrying up the stairs right to the door. I hear the door open, and I'm under a blanket in the dark. And as I hear the door open, I throw the blanket off me, and I go, "Boo!" And it wasn't my sister. It was a dwarf, and he was naked. It was a naked dwarf, honest to God. And it looked like he was doing a helicopter running towards me, swinging his wing. and I fucking screamed, and I just ran, and as I ran right through him. It was like an apparition. I ran right through him, down the stairs, out the front door, and I was just crying my eyes out. And till this day, when I think back and I think of that story, it gives me chills because it was so real, you know. It was crazy. Anyways, that's my experience.
Damn. I would have done the same thing you did. I would have ran for it.
Yeah, I did. Trust me, dude. I never stopped running.
Oh, hey, sorry, Grampy Lobster. I didn't even notice it accidentally said Grandma Lobster. It's like autocorrect on my stupid phone. So I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to call you Grandma Lobster. No, that's Grampy Lobster.
Jeez, man. That must have been. Wow.
So wait,
anyway,
who was the dwarf? Like, was the dwarf you said the guy that worked for your dad or something? Is that what you said?
No. So before my great grandparents, they bought the house in the 1930s from a 7-foot tall man named Richard Relt. But he had an employee that was a dwarf that worked for him, and I don't know that guy's name. But I think, from what I understand, he was disgruntled, and he always gave my great grandparents trouble because they bought the house and put him out of a job, and so I think that's who was just terrorizing the property after that. And I don't know, all I've heard from the stories about when the house
sorry,
was apartment,
Grampy. I had to type it on my phone. It's stupid.
That guy. Anyways, sorry for cutting you off, but that guy, he ended up getting the nickname Lord Dragon, because he was just so fucking ferocious. He wouldn't stop, you know.
Mhm. So have you had just multiple like ghost occurrences or whatever, or is it just?
Well, he used to terrorize the entire house.
Sounds like a malicious entity.
Yeah, he was an angry little man.
So were you like just a kid or something when you saw the stuff, and like now as an adult you don't see it?
No, it hasn't followed me. That was just at the residence. It's not something like it's not something that's followed me.
It's not something that's powerful enough to follow him.
Yeah, it was just an angry little man that was wreaking havoc, you know.
Mhm.
So.
Wow. Is that the only thing that you've seen?
Well, that was the only thing. That's the only thing I've seen, but I've heard like banging. For one time, I was upstairs, you know, and I had just microwaved some corn dog, and I walked upstairs, and I was in the room watching Beast Wars, and I could hear banging downstairs, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" So I ran downstairs and I was looking around, you know, and I could hear banging coming from this closet. So I ran to the closet, and I was so scared. My hair was standing straight up, like I'd been electrocuted. And then I whipped open the door, and there was no one in there. Then I was like, "What?" Yeah, it's scary shit.
Dang, that was scary, dude. What is that, a phone?
Yeah.
You're gonna give me a jump scare.
Okay, anyways, I just wanted to tell you my story.
That's my walkie. Hey, go
it's
ahead,
good
man.
to talk to you, Hannah.
Oh, okay. It was nice to have you on here.
Yes, sir, man.
Thank you.
Well, that was a weird one.
And it just, I didn't want to bring it up while he's here, but the only thing I got from that was Little Dwarf Man helicoptering.
That's me. That's
Like,
me too.
I'm not discrediting him or anything. Like, he saw what he saw. If you can describe it in that much detail, but all I latched onto was little man helicoptering. I don't know if that's just my dirty mind or whatnot.
No,
but
maybe there's something wrong with me too, because that's what I heard too. Like, I just heard like there was like a dwarf ghost or something that was like helicoptering his wee wee or something. All right, YouTube is pootube is here.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up, Hannah? How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. So this is the story that I was trying to tell you about my mom's ghost experience. Now, this isn't my personal experience, but this did happen to my mom. She tells us it pretty much every family. So anyways, when she was younger, she lived in a pretty big home. It was a single house, really big yard, 5-bedroom house, beautiful house, a lot of land. All right. Now, she had no neighbors, none. The closest neighbor was probably, maybe a mile and a half away. But every day, every day she would come home from school and she would be upstairs studying. She would just get the feeling, this slight feeling that someone was in her house. It always happened, I believe, somewhere around 5, maybe 5 Eastern Pacific time, if I'm correct. Now, she would hear noises coming from her kitchen. It would almost sound like, someone would be in her kitchen, possibly, making up any ties or bites one night. The next night maybe making up corn dogs, you know. But meanwhile, all while it's happening, wearing a big yellow sheriff hat, you know?
So, oh wow. So she would see the ghost every night at the same time?
Well, it's not necessarily that she would see the ghost. She
Would
would just
sense it, or
she would get the feeling, you know what I mean? When you, as if like when you're walking down the street and you feel like someone's following you, or you feel like looking at you. It would happen sometimes for hours at a time. As soon as 5 o'clock comes around, it, sometimes it would last only till 7. Sometimes it may last till 9. But you know everything pretty much stayed the same in her life for the most part. But she always has, that vivid memory of that big yellow hat. I'm not really sure if she's seen the ghost or not, but she definitely seen the big yellow hat. And for whatever reason, she said sometimes the ghost would sit on the hat, but the ghost would never eat the hat. All right, that's just the main. The ghost will just, and I get it. Hats.
the
Hats.
ghost would what? Never eat the hat?
Yeah.
What do
The
you
ghost.
mean? Like eat the hat?
Well, no matter how much, no matter how many times the ghost was asked to eat the hat, the ghost would just, people could offer the ghost $20. People, people,
What?
people could ask the ghost for hours on stream if the ghost would eat the hat. But the moral of the story is that the ghost is not going to eat the hat. You know, it may suck to hear that out loud. You know, it definitely sucks thinking about it, but you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be a really cool backdrop for future videos.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's spooky, dude. How do you feel? Do you actually believe in ghosts?
I definitely do. You know, I because it's my mom. You know what I mean? I kind of believe everything my mom tells me. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and tell my mom she's a liar because
No, but I
sometimes.
mean, like, what's your personal beliefs on ghosts?
Well, my personal beliefs, you know, it's tricky to say that because uh, having someone so close to me have those experiences kind of makes me lean toward the way that they're real. But
Mhm.
personally, I've never seen any ghost.
Yeah. So you personally,
Sometimes,
you never
sometimes,
experienced ghosts, but you
well,
just believe your mom's story, but that's it or something?
I believe my mom's story, but there was actually this one time where I was traveling through Casper. Are you familiar with Casper, Wyoming?
Mm-mm.
Well, I was traveling through Casper, and I actually was at a local Wendy at Casper, and you know, when I was ordering my baconator, I kept smelling, you know, a sexy, you know, scent, and I wasn't sure where it was coming from, and out the corner of my eye, I just seen the apparition. You know what I mean? It was I would say like a hollow figure of
Mm-hmm.
of what I appear to believe to be a gothic sexy bad boy stud.
Okay.
So,
Are you talking about Wendy's?
yes, I'm talking about Wendy's, the local burger establishment.
I've been to so I went to a Wendy's in Boise one
Hold on.
time.
Can I just get this correct? I'm speaking with Randy Beans.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please go ahead.
So I, I was at a Wendy's one time down in Boise, Idaho, and I could smell a intriguing smell. I was drawn to it, and I
Now
said,
that
"What?"
happened
I
to
am.
Mike. Well,
Well, I asked one of the employees. I said, "Hey, do you smell that?" And they said, "What? Well, do you smell baconators?" And I said, "No, I know that's not what I smell." Um, and they said, "Well, does it smell like Bond tactical soap?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Oh, that's the ghost of Wendy's bad boys past." Uh,
so
there's
you've had the same experience that I've had.
yes, yeah, at Wendy's. I go to Jack in the Box. All I can smell is um, you know sourdough jacks and sweaty employees. But when I go to Wendy's, all I can smell is Bond tactical soap. It's crazy.
Sometimes I like to think I smell the dirt and flavor, but if not, you know, Bond's definitely a close second.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's also interesting. It's like why every time I go to Wendy's can I smell that?
And also, let me just take a quick second to give. Can we Hannah, for the stream's sake, and not only for the stream's sake, but for homeboy Scotty's sake, can we give a moment of silence to a real ghost at this moment?
Okay, sure.
All right,
Rest in
rest.
peace. Rest in peace, homeboy Scotty.
So Hannah, do you ever sometimes smell the scent of Bond tactical soap if you visit your local Wendy's?
Um, I definitely smell cleaning products when I go in there. Is that what that smell is?
Well, it might be the toobs himself.
Well, they're always mopping a lot in there, you know, so it's some kind of cleaning stuff. I don't know what all they use.
Right.
What
Have
brand
you
did
seen
you
some
say?
of the work there?
Well, I don't know. It's just like I don't really pay attention to employees at the fast food places usually. They got all types of people there.
Well, I'm sure the employees there, they think you're checking them out. So try harder.
Then I'm what?
Checking them out.
What do you mean checking them out? I don't get it.
Well, just looking at them and, you know, wondering, okay, do they see what you see as far as the supernatural goes, you know?
I don't feel like that's supernatural to smell soap on a floor. Like, is that what you're talking about? Like, I don't understand. What are we even talking about?
No, so there's a very specific smell.
I know what you're talking about. We're talking about, like you said, there's some kind of soap or something smell. Is it like what does that have to do with ghosts, though? I'm confused.
Well, that was
No,
the scent both shared when we were at our local Wendy's establishment while we seen our apparition.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
a smell. It's not like mop soap. It's not disinfectant soap. It's a very specific brand
okay,
of soap, not a sponsor. By the way.
and you see the ghost like when you smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had that experience at Wendy's before. I don't think I've ever seen a ghost at a fast food place.
Not even at Denny's?
Not even at Denny's. No, I never
Wow.
seen one. What? What? Am I getting trolled right now?
No.
Is this real? Are you guys for real? Are you guys friends?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm a friend.
So you guys know each other?
Oh no, I don't know him. He's not in town.
No, I
know
know,
that
but
guy.
you didn't know him?
No.
You guys seem like you know each other, and then you guys be talking about the same stuff, and I feel like left out because I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on right now.
No, we were just talking about Wendy's, our experiences at Wendy's.
Is this a common experience people have at Wendy's? Because I never heard of it.
Well, it's one that I've had.
Well, yeah, I haven't had it though. That's kind of weird that like both of y'all have the same exact experience, and you happen to be in the stream tonight though.
Yeah,
That's a little weird to me. It's a little suspicious. Are you all fucking with me?
No, that story I told you earlier.
It's a small world, Hannah. It's a tiny world. Anything can happen.
I think I'm getting tricked. I'm getting trolled.
You are most getting trolled. Come on, stall. Look at that. Look at that like to dislike ratio.
What? I don't know what it looked like. Did I get a bunch of dislikes?
No, you got a bunch of likes. We like you.
Well, people don't hate me. Nobody hates me.
Trolling you.
For fun, just have fun with me. Like prank me.
No. That story I told you earlier, fucking 100% true, dude. And
I mean, it's kind of interesting. I mean, if it's like you both happen to have that experience, but I'm just a little skeptic right now, I guess.
Well, I mean, Bond Tactical soap's a pretty common smell, you know.
Yeah, but you both smell it and you both see a ghost at Wendy's. And you both happen to be here tonight. That's a little
it's not
fish.
necessarily a ghost. I mean, it was an apparition.
Well, apparition is a ghost, isn't it? What's an apparition?
Well, it could be anything. It could be a spirit.
I thought a ghost was a spirit.
I didn't say I seen it. I just said when I went in there, I could smell it, and I asked the employee, "Can you smell that?"
Oh, it's like you said. All right, then if you smelt it, you didn't see anything. Like you just smelt soap.
Yeah, I smelled, but it's a very distinct aroma, and so it wasn't like I seen anything. I went and I said, "Hey, what is that?" And they were
They
like,
probably cleaned the place up or something.
"Well, no, it's a body soap. It's
Oh, it's a body wash. You didn't even say that.
Yeah, it's not like a detergent. It's an actual soap for your body, and I could smell it. And I asked, and it's interesting that YouTube is pootube smell the same. That's the only reason that I wanted to join, was because I heard him telling his story, and I've had the same experience,
Well, Randy, didn't you say you had a lot? You have a lot of ghost stories or something?
Yeah, I got a shit ton.
Are they true? Or are they just like made up for fun? They're real.
They're all true. They're all true. Back in the 1970s, my aunts, uncles, and my mother used to play with the Ouija board. So they had a Ouija board. That house I told you that was haunted earlier?
With the dwarf?
Yeah. So they played with the Ouija board in there. And I've never played with the Ouija board because I'm batshit terrified of it, So so they all played with the Ouija board, and the Ouija board started doing wild shit. My mom still to this day won't tell me what the Ouija board did. But maybe that's what invited the spirits into the house in the first place, was dabbling in the unknown,
Probably. What? Like, wait, were you you weren't around when that happened? This happened before you.
I wasn't even born yet. That's like a player unknown kind of battleground. I wasn't even there yet. So anyway, so they did the Ouija board thing, and then come to think of it, my mom did tell me a story that when she was a kid, the same kind of thing happened to her, with a weird naked dwarf, and they actually vacated the house the same, her and all her brothers and sisters, and they ran up the hill to a house, but whatever that spirit was followed them up the hill, and so the house on top of the hill was haunted for years to come, and nobody bought that house for years and years and years, and it was just a vacant house that
so your mom saw the dwarf thing too?
Yeah. Maybe she passed it down to me. I don't know.
So that's weird. Okay, so there's some kind of weird naked dwarfs that curse your family?
Well, yeah.
So, you think it's a Ouija board?
Well, I don't know. I'd have to ask my Uncle Richie.
When did she play the Ouija board? Because he said she played with a Ouija board in the 70s, and then he said when she was a kid or something she saw the naked person.
No, that guy started appearing after the Ouija board.
Oh, okay.
For her anyway, but there had been, I think when they did the Ouija board, they were just inviting all the
really
all the naked dwarfs.
There's a bunch of them. There's multiple naked dwarfs.
No, not a bunch. There's one.
You said the naked dwarfs.
Well, yeah, the naked dwarfs, but multiple sightings.
Sometimes people use plural but don't mean plural.
Yeah, I didn't mean like more than one naked dwarf.
Okay, I'm
multiple
sorry.
things.
Well, you said naked dwarfs. I was like, wait, there's more than one.
Well, multiple sightings. I could say I saw the things, or I saw the thing 100 times. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Did you
Okay.
say it was doing a helicopter?
yeah, it was the one I saw was doing a helicopter, but um, the other accounts that I've heard from my family members, he was just doing far worse.
What in the world, dude? That's the weirdest story I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Why would you be scared of that, though?
Why wouldn't you be scared of that?
Because I would be like, get out of my house. Like, what are you doing here? Like, you're weird. Like, I would be scared.
I was like 7 years old. What do you mean?
Well, I didn't know you were 7. I was thinking, I thought you were like a little older than that.
No.
I probably would have got my knife, stabbed them like a damn Little Caesars box.
You'd what?
I would have got my knife and stabbed them like a Little Caesars box.
No, dude, I just ran right through them and kept going.
Oh my goodness.
You could have cast a spell on them.
I don't know what this chat is, y'all. This is crazy.
Kinda, do you believe in spells, like magic?
No. Not really. I mean, I guess some people believe it's real, but it hasn't ever really affected me.
What about chi balls?
What's that?
A super powerful ball that people can cast only if they have enough magical wit to them.
Like a chi, like you have chi. Like you mean like energy? I don't know. I don't really believe in that kind of stuff. Like, you know, I don't really believe in like tools and magic and, you know, essential oils that, you know, potions and all that. I don't know. I'm not really into that stuff. I don't really believe that hexes affect me, so I'm not really. I don't know. I mean, I could talk about curses and stuff. It's interesting. Sometimes they seem to affect people, but I guess I just don't personally worry about them.
Who's personally affected by a dry spell?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's some people that get affected by them, you know, but I've never had an issue, so I just, I don't know. I guess I don't believe in them because it never did anything to me.
It's understandable.
Whew. Somebody's coming in. Hello? Hey, my money.
What's up, girl?
Oh, not much. Just chilling. So you got a ghost story?
I got a couple of things. Live in the mountains.
Oh, you live in the mountains? Really? Like Appalachia?
Yes. Where are you from, girl?
I'm from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. All right.
I live out in the country.
All right. So I got a couple of things. I got a skunk ape story. I got a Sasquatch story.
Okay, that sounds good. We did a Bigfoot episode on Saturday.
Well, what are your thoughts?
I've never seen one myself, but I do think they're real. Like, there's a lot of evidence for them.
Well, do you believe they're like sexual creatures?
Sexual? Like, how do you mean?
As in, I live close to a national forest, and there's a lot of people that camp here. And I've had a couple of my friends report to me these weird experiences where something touched them in the night. It was not a ghost. It was not a man. it smelled so foul, it could have only been a skunk ape.
I've heard stuff about that. I've heard that they're attracted to female humans.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess, but also I think the skunk ape, that's a Bigfoot, right? So it's like Bigfoot, like they're pretty similar to us in a lot of ways. Like they have a human face and like they stand like we do. They have human looking feet, like they have hands like ours. They're just like kind of like a big hairy man in a way.
Right. Just like, just a big primate. It's like a big Sylvester Stallone,
Yeah.
So I also have another story. I grew up in a house that was a Civil War house. And this is totally legit. So my brother had friends that stayed over when he was younger, and they refused to stay over after that. They used to see people like walking by the windows that wouldn't appear later on. There would be crashing in the house and nothing would be broken. It sounded like a tennis ball was being bounced on the back of my parents' bedroom wall. Bunch of shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but where I'm living now, there is this figure that appears on the edge of my property, only late at night. And I can't tell if it's a man because there's a lot of, nomads out here, people camping, whatever. But I always smell the stench, and I smell it from far away. I don't know if it's something that I've imagined or if I'm just too dabbed out, but I believe that the skunk ape lives on my property.
I mean, it could be. I mean, you probably live in that region where they live.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you see them late in the night?
Late in the night, it's hard to tell sometimes.
Well, it seems like they would come out in the night because they really don't want people to see them. They don't want to be seen, but they probably hunt.
They have a specific call. It's like, oh, that's what it sounds like.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it sound like a human?
No, it smells like a bear took a big dump of casserole.
Do they sound human, or is it kind of like? Does it sound like kind of like a man, or like
a
beast?
It sounds like this. It sounds like this. Oh, ah. That's my best. Yeah. But anyways, you never know what you're gonna find up here in the mountains. I just wanted to share my little story. Anyways, I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, no problem. That's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. Thanks, girl. Shout out to Oklahoma.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay. Bye. All right, that's pretty interesting. So she lived out there with the skunk apes, which are the Bigfoots. Was really dope. Oh, hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know how long you were waiting.
Not a problem. I just figured since those guys came up and they were kind of making weird stories, like a dwarf doing the helicopter. It's a little silly.
It is. I think they were trolling me. I think I got trolled.
Well, I bet some of it was true, but they were probably just embellishing it to be cool for you.
Well, they both had the same exact story at Wendy's, and they didn't even see a ghost. They just smelled some like soap or something at Wendy's. I was like, okay, that's not a ghost story.
I've heard that people smell stuff when there's like ghosts around and stuff, so that's kind of believable a little bit. But yeah, for both of them, it's kind of.
Well, and then it smelled like soap in there, and then like that was a ghost.
What did like Randy said something about the name of the guy is like Richard Wright, like that's a name. right.
Yeah, I think they trolled me, but it's okay.
Well, I have a real ghost story. Unlike those guys. Mine's actually a real ghost story. I had like a spinal cord injury when I was a kid, so sometimes my back like acts up. And so we moved into this house like 10 years ago, and it had this like mirror in this room that freaked us out. So we just like left that room shut forever. And as I was passing the room one day, it like something pushed me down the hall, and my husband was like laying on the floor playing his PS Triple, and the chandelier above him was like shaking, and I was like, oh my God, something just shoved me down the hall, and now the chandelier's shaking. So we were like freaking out. And so then we just kind of, drank a little bit to calm our nerves and forgot about it. But then one night I was having like really bad pain, and I woke up to this ghost going, what's wrong with your body? And I jumped out of the bed. It had asked me what was wrong with my body. And that's when I was like, we got to get that mirror out of here. Get it out of here now.
That's so I took haunted mirror you're talking about?
Yeah. So I took it up to work because a friend of mine at work was like, I've never had a haunted thing. So I was like, well, take this stupid mirror. It's haunted. While it's at work, it knocked a whole cabinet down. Like everybody was at their desk at work. No one was back there. And we just hear this go-go, go-go, go-go. And it just fell, and everything fell on the ground. And so my boss came in and was like, what was that? And he made us take the mirror out to the street. So like by the end of the day, someone had taken the mirror. So that ghost like is in somebody else's house now. So I kind of miss it. It's a little crazy.
That is like crazy. That thing just cursed you. I don't even think I'd stay at my house. I would have stayed at
the guy that sold us the house told us that his wife had died, but we didn't know if she died in the house or not until we started like having all that happen. And it was like a super old dude. So I bet it was his wife that died in here. It was so creepy. Ooh.
That is creepy.
Yeah.
So after the mirror is gone, it just everything went away.
Yeah. And I used to like run around the house and be like, this is my house. I own this house. Stay out of my house. And it didn't go away until I took the mirror away. And my friend at work was so mad that my boss made us put it at the street. And by the time work was over, it was already gone. So he was like, I was going to take that home and let it haunt me. Because he was all thinking about ghosts doing it and stuff,
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I'd want any part of that.
I know. It was so scary. But now she's gone. So, I mean, it's boring now.
I've heard of a lot of objects having ghosts attached to them, evil spirits.
That's you would not believe this mirror was like hammered into the back of one of the bedroom doors. And it was so creepy. So creepy.
That is really scary. I've heard of books being haunted as well.
Yeah. I don't read a lot of books, so that I don't have any.
It's evil books, usually.
Yeah.
It's like books based on, demonic stuff. Usually they bring a lot of that kind of stuff, like Aleister Crowley books or something.
I used to think that stuff was cool until the ghost. And we even did a Ouija board here in the house with like a whole group of people. And because we knew she was in here. And of course, when you get a lot of people around a Ouija board, you never know what you're going to get. But all that stuff happened after that. So that was kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, those Ouija boards are bad. I mean, the Exorcist is based on a true story. You're supposed to play with those.
Yep.
It's dangerous. I got Anton LaVey. I got a lot of Anton LaVey. Oh, you got Anton LaVey books? Those are bad.
Yeah. Well, the soap that those guys were talking about, I heard like this really, 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 really gross guy uses that soap, and he like tells people all the time, oh, that girl thought I smelled so good and stuff like that. So I bet, I mean, if you work at Wendy's, you probably do have to use some powerful soap to smell good.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, hello, Randy.
Hi.
Hey, Randy.
Anton
Hi,
LaVey ate somebody's leg. Do y'all know that?
No, I didn't know that. Please expand.
Well, it's the Church of Satan or whatever. Like,
Right.
there was a Satanist who worked at the hospital, and they stole an amputated leg from the hospital, and they barbecued it, and all of them ate it. It was in his book. Did you know about that?
I didn't, but I believe it. People are weird.
Yeah, isn't that creepy though? He ate somebody's freaking leg. He barbecued it.
Ugh.
Yeah,
At
that
least
guy
he was already dead, right? The dude was already dead, though, right?
Well, I don't know. It's an amputated leg, so who knows? Maybe they had to take it off. Like maybe it was like somebody with diabetes or
Ew.
who knows? Who
Think of
knows?
eating like a diabetic's foot.
He ate somebody's foot though. He's weird. Aleister Crowley, he used to eat his own feces and drink his own urine. Like he was really disturbing. That's what a lot of Satanist people like. I mean, high up people, they do really crazy stuff. It's not just like people are like, oh, I'm a Satanist. It's like the high up people, they do actual like human sacrifices and stuff. It's real.
Is that like Scientology or just
Scientology? Oh no, it's Satanism.
Oh.
Like the church are like there's regular gothic people that are like, oh, I'm a Satanist. Like they're not doing that kind of stuff. I'm talking about like the really high up people, that kind of keep it a secret that they're in that stuff. They're the ones eating people's legs and they're the ones doing the crazy stuff.
Yeah, so if somebody says they're gothic, you don't really have to worry too much.
Yeah, I know. Because it's different, but there's a different type of Satanism too, though. There's different versions of it where some people are just like, oh, I believe like I'm a god or something, and it's not the same. Like, there's people that, it's just more of a selfish kind of lifestyle, and then there's people that actually do the rituals and like they pray to Satan and stuff. There's ones that don't believe in Satan that are Satanists, which I don't know why they're called Satanists. They should just be called atheists.
Yeah. I've never been around people like that, except this one guy that I know of, and he's like super short, and I'm sure he just does it to get attention.
Oh yeah, just like to be cool or something.
Yeah, like he wears like eyeliner and stuff.
Yeah, there's people like that.
Yeah. And gets like really bad tattoos. I mean, like bad tattoos all over his arms and stuff. So gross.
So like pierce himself?
No, he has earrings that I don't think he's changed in like probably 10 years. So they've got to smell bad. Ooh. Ew. Yeah. He's just really dirty.
Do you work with him or something?
No, he's like a friend of ours from like, he lives in this apartment place that a friend of mine lives in.
Hey, Carlos.
But yeah. Well, I just wanted to hop on here and give you a real ghost story.
Okay. It was fantastic.
Well, thank you. I like your channel. That's pretty cool, the stuff you talk about.
Thank you. Trying to just stay in the supernatural lately.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It is very interesting. Well, you have a good night.
Okay, you too. Thanks for coming in.
Uh-huh.
Randy Beans.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. What are you doing?
Nothing. Just thinking about stuff.
What?
Well, I said I had like tons of stories about the supernatural, and I was racking my brain thinking about a whole bunch of them. It's hard to pick just one.
Hey, Hazel, you're beautiful too. So what's the story? You got a spooky story?
Well, I've got a lot rattling around in my head right now.
You have any more fast food ghost stories?
No, it wasn't a fast food ghost story. It was just a specific smell. Like
okay.
Like, have you ever like walked into a room and you smelled like a candle burning, and it brings you back to a time when you were younger, where you're like, oh, this smell is reminiscent of this point in my life or that point in my life.
Well, usually like perfume, yeah, like there's certain smells. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so the smell I was talking, it was very reminiscent of just smells that I can imagine in my head smelling like, and then I can create, So I don't know if that's supernatural or that's just my memory.
No, it could be supernatural. Like, was it like the smells? Did it smell like a certain relative that passed away, or like was there anything like that?
Well, it could have smelled like in post-mortem, but I'm not sure.
I mean, like you didn't smell like, your grandpa's aftershave or like something that's just like familiar.
No, it was nothing familiar to me, but it was just someone else joined. Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
That
Hi,
story sounds very familiar. Sorry, Hannah, I'm back. Did you smell sulfur? Salt?
Well, no, it wasn't sulfur or
I'll be right
salt.
back. I'm gonna go get a drink, guys.
Keep going, Randy.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So it was not a smell that I've ever smelled before, but when I smelled it, I knew what the smell was immediately. I knew what the smell was, and then I just knew that there was something there. It was weird. It was weird. I can't explain it.
Was it yeast? Was it umami? Come on.
No, I was actually really attracted to the smell. I took a deep breath and I said, "Oh my God, what is that?" But I couldn't look away. And when I looked that way, there was nothing extravagant to the direction that I was sniffing towards, but I couldn't look away, and there was nothing there. There was just nothing. There was nothing.
That's amazing.
I know. That's
cool.
Hey, pootube, do you have any experiences with spectrophilia?
None with that, but I do have experiences with trichoteria.
Oh, expand on that.
Well, there is a sexy gothic bad boy stud that I'm sure we're all aware of. Every now and again, whenever he's just sitting home bored, maybe playing on his YouTube channel, he sometimes will just, for no reason at all, pick his hair out. Well, or that could be an excuse for balding, but, who knows?
Okay, was that a ghost story? What was that?
A gothic bad boy stud story.
How's that a ghost story, though?
Well, I mean, it can be interpreted in many ways. Some may see it as a ghost story. Some may see it as an inspirational story. It could be looked at in many views.
Okay.
On my old house, there used to be a wall of flies that would collect on the front yard, right in the front of the house. I think it was haunted. It was poltergeist activity, if I had to guess.
Hey, Enemy. Hey, Carlos.
Also, I had a tree in the front of my house, and it looked like it had a dick and balls. That's the easiest way to say it. The tree had a dick and balls, and that tree eventually fell onto the house and crushed it. And I feel like it was just some kind of like oppressive male tree that was just waiting to destroy us. If I had to guess. Thoughts?
Okay, so you saying the tree raped the house?
I'm just kidding, but there was a tree in front of my house that looked like it had dick balls.
Goodness, dude, I keep getting freaking trolled tonight.
We were real with some stuff.
I know, but it's like pootube is back. Hey, pootube, where'd you go?
I keep getting disconnected for some reason. This
Is your
damn.
connection bad?
Well, I do live in Casper, Wyoming, so we don't really have the best of internet services. So
No, I don't either. One sucks.
Every now and again it can happen, but I'm back.
Wild Heart says, tree rape, spooky. That is very spooky. The tree be looking like weenie balls, y'all.
Weenie balls? What?
It did. We called it the
like
dick and ball tree.
Yeah,
I'm just letting you know.
I've definitely heard of trees being raped.
No, it's like she said the tree raped the house because it looked like a weenie ball.
Well, now that is a different story.
Have I ever told you guys the unknown soldier story?
That sounds really spooky.
Soldier story.
Unknown soldier.
All right, tell us. Let's hear it.
It's so spooky, I don't want to tell it.
Let's get spooked out.
I'm getting.
It's gonna be spooky at the dookie, dude. Tell it.
Spookier than Dookie? There's nothing spookier than that.
I know. It's gonna be spooky out the freaking dookie.
Hannah, you're a really good sport. Let's go. Let's get spooky ookie ding dang dookie.
No.
Did he take off when he's supposed to be telling the story?
We need him to get spooky.
I know. I want to get spooky out the dookie in here. All the ghost stories have been trolls, dude. Where's the real ghost stories?
I think he just blue balled us.
I know. Everybody keeps taking off. What's going on with it here? Here's Mo Money. Mo Money. Did you get that name from that movie? Oh, do you all live in the same place?
In Casper.
We're all from Casper.
We live in the same.
Do you guys same apartment?
Yeah, same apartment housing, same room.
Really?
Actually,
we're all on the same Wi-Fi. That's probably why we all keep cutting in and out.
Sure.
Are you guys messing with me again, dude? I'm getting trolled hard tonight. I'm so trolled. I don't know what's real anymore. Everything's fake, dude. Nothing's real. So where's Randy at? He got to tell us the story, the ghost story. And then he took off.
I think he's trying to react to the Wi-Fi.
Are you guys really on the same Wi-Fi? I'm so confused. Y'all are making a damn fool of me.
Nah, Randy just didn't pay his bill.
He got the freaking crappy government internet. Don't worry.
Shit, I want some government internet.
government cheese.
Yeah, it's about as good as cheese. His internet keeps freaking. Who burped? Damn.
Not me.
This is not. There's no ghost stories. What the hell? Where the ghost stories at?
I can tell the story about my kitchen being haunted again.
Tell us a ghost story. It doesn't have to be real. Let's get spooky out the dookie.
Well, every now and again, my kitchen is haunted. You know, there's a guy with a cowboy hat that makes food in the kitchen. He crushes pan. He collects things. You know, he likes pigeons for some odd reason. Sometimes he makes and eats pigeons.
Is that the one that won't eat his hat?
That exactly. That is our boy Richie Wright. Okay, some call him Richie Relt, but you know the right way is Richie Wright. Okay, get it right, Copes. Get it right.
So he's the one that wears the yellow hat and he won't eat his hat and he eats pigeons.
Nope.
That's not the same one.
Well, yeah, it is the same one, and it's.
Well, you're contradicting, dude. All these stories are fake, but you're also like, get the story straight, even if it's fake.
Well, the story is straight.
What?
He is in the kitchen. He haunts the kitchen. He streams in the kitchen. Like, what do you want me to say?
The kitchen is haunted, though. He's not lying about that.
He won't eat the hat. You know, sometimes the hat's on the fridge. Sometimes there's just glasses of Mountain Moo everywhere. You know, sometimes they're drunken, sometimes they're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's not only a waste of milk, but it's also a waste of Mountain Dew. And you know, we don't go shopping every day, so you know we gotta make this Mountain Dew last a few weeks.
And he keeps drinking all the damn Mountain Dew.
Well, not only that, the Mountain Dew and the milk.
Why don't you get a priest or something? Get somebody to get the guy out of your house.
Gallon at a time. Hannah, have you heard about the people talking about gang stalking?
No, what's that?
Oh, fuck. Never mind. That's a lot to get into.
Am I being gang stalked?
No, fuck no. No. Just another weird avenue down YouTube hell.
This is a gang stalk, dude. Everybody's coming here to tell fake ghost stories. I'm getting trolled.
No, these are definitely not fake ghost stories. You know, my mom would not lie about that.
About a ghost eating a hat?
Well, the ghost will not eat the hat. That was.
Why would you ask a ghost to eat a hat anyways, though?
To remove the hat.
Well, sometimes the ghost claims to be the challenge master, and sometimes to be the challenge master, you gotta eat the hat. I mean, it's only a rite of passage if you're gonna be a challenge master.
Mm-hmm.
A Richie Wright.
I mean, he doesn't. You know, I think I'm not. I speak for not. We'd like him to eat that.
You like who? Oh, the ghost eat the hat? We're still talking about that ghost? Is that the only ghost you know?
How many ghosts do you know, Hannah?
I don't know any ghosts. I mean, I've seen stuff, but I don't know them. They invade my space. So, any ghost stories? I don't know what to talk about no more, y'all. I'm running out of shit to say.
You've been very generous with your time.
Yeah, where'd Randy Beans go? He was supposed to tell the story and then he deuced out. I was like, okay.
Randy.
Trying to summon him.
Through the ether.
What is that? One ghost rule. More than that, you are cursed. What does that mean? One more ghost rule. His phone probably died again, didn't it? I'm gonna put the link out here again. If anybody wants to come tell a ghost story, come on. Let's get some ghost stories. Come on. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes, and I'm gonna turn the stream off. I need to be spooked.
Ooh.
That didn't work.
Alright, shit.
Jump scare.
Well, thanks a lot, girl. You're awesome.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
I'll try to get spooked in the meantime. There's a lot of weird lights out here.
Did you get that name from that movie?
Mo Money, Bro Problems?
Like that Mo Money, Mo Money. Like that old movie? Mo Money?
I'm Mo Money always.
No, it's like a movie though, isn't it?
I think it's like a quote, maybe. From
There's
a song.
there's a movie in the 90s called Mo Money.
Well,
it had the Wayans brothers in it. I thought that's where you got it from.
Damn, Wayans brothers.
It's good, yeah. It's called Mo Money, and they got rich.
Well, you have some pleasant paranormal experiences you can share with us also.
Okay.
All right. See you, girl. Bye.
Right. Bye. All right, y'all. I'm about to shut the stream off. I ain't got nothing else to say. And I got trolled big time tonight. Everybody came in with ghost stories that were fake. So that was a troll, but it's okay. All right, guys. Bye.